am living a soft life. My name is Chantal Kawari and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about, it's always funny for me, today's video is going to be about becoming your best self. Becoming the best version of yourself, not anyone else, yourself. What better time to do that than a new year, than a new beginning, guys? If you have followed me for so long, or if you follow me on my social media, you know that your girl loves to plan. I like to make goals for myself. I like to have a strategy on how to obtain my goals. So I am going to talk to you guys about my strategies, but before I even get into my whole strategy and how I'm going to achieve my goal for this year, I just want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I pray and I hope this year brings you love, it brings you romance, it brings you God, it brings you everything that you desire. I pray and I hope that you are going to excel, you are going to become the best you are going to prosper. You are going to achieve basically everything that you want. You are going to evolve and become a better human being for yourself, most importantly, and for everyone around you. Now, in the same light of just improvement and evolving and changing, I just want to sit here in front of you guys and just take accountability for my action and what I have said I will do that I have not done when it comes to my platform, guys. And sorry guys for saying that I am going to bring more content, I'm going to create more content, I'm going to upload this and that consistency. Whatever I have preached to you guys that I have not achieved yet or that I have not done yet, just maybe 3 days ago, it came to my attention that it is unacceptable that I continuously saying stuff to you guys and I am not doing that. I was not fully aware, or I didn't understand fully what it meant when I say I'm going to do that and don't deliver, until a close friend of mine came to me and said, like, listen, this is totally nonsense, it's unacceptable. It got me into my feelings a little bit in the first few seconds. You know how you hear something for the first time? It got me into my feelings, but just upon reflecting on it, I really realized that I do that a lot, and I'm just been daunting on it a few of these days, and it's unacceptable. I'm not going to accept it out of myself, and I'm not expecting none of you guys to do that. So it has always been easy for me to take criticism from other people, outsiders, but when it comes to people that knows me or people that are close to me, it's so hard. I wouldn't say it's so hard, but it makes me sad in the sense that, is that how you see me? But I knew all in all it comes from such a loving place, so I wasn't left with anything but to just go back and look at myself and ask more questions, and how can I improve, and ask more questions. Do I really do that? You know, just go back in my own self and just reflect and see. Let me even not ramble a lot when it comes to that. I just want to say I'm genuinely sorry for doing that, and thank you for everyone that has kept with me. Thank you for everyone that was just here throughout all that mess. And for those that left, honestly, I don't blame you. I would have done that myself, because like, are we waiting for content for 3 months or a whole year before it dropped? I'm not gonna do that, so I don't expect anyone to do that. So with that out of the way, let's get back to our plans. Now, one thing that I have realized, the quote-unquote new me, new beginning is not trending anymore. I don't know what is going on. So I don't know if people are still making New Year resolutions or not, but I am a lover of New Year resolution. I am a lover of new beginnings. I live for this. So how else am I gonna track my progress in life if I'm not setting up goals? Like, it's just like, I don't know, I don't understand what is the purpose of living if I'm not moving and setting up goals and achieving something. And you know what I mean, like, what is the purpose? I don't know, but I haven't seen that trend, and I felt like maybe it's coming from a place of fear that we normally tend to always say that I'm going to do better, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and not really achieving it and not really getting to our goals. That can kind of set you back, or that can kind of discourage you and say, okay, I'm not going to make plans this year because I end up saying I'm going to do this and I don't fully achieve it. So I completely understand, but also in the same breath, on the other side, you also gotta look at like, but like, I need to move forward. I need to have a plan. I need to write down a plan. I need to have all that. So don't let me or anyone shame you in saying stuff a million times before you actually get around to doing it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously with growing and evolving, it takes time. That's one of the biggest things. Time and intentionness, and it's going to take you time. It's not something that you're going to wake up and boom, you know how to do all these things at once. So allow yourself some grace period, allow yourself like area for your mistakes and whatsoever in order for you to grow. It's okay, it is normal. Don't get on a timer, on a clock that everyone else is on social media to kind of rush you in becoming the next thing. It's totally fine. Bring your new me, new beginning phrase back on and do exactly what you want to do. That's it. I guess what I'm really trying to say is, let's just work on our goals, guys. Let's not put them on a back burner like they don't matter, because that is your life basically. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. So now please, let's just dive into the video. I know you guys are just like, enough, Chantal, let me hear what you gotta say, let me hear your strategy. So I do have a strategy on obtaining my goals. Like I said, one of the elements that I use is the very element that I use when it comes to goals and new resolution is, obviously I want a strategy. I want to know, but how am I, what and how am I going to do to get to my goal? That's very important for me. You know what I mean? So I don't just set up goals that I want to save money, but how am I going to get to that 100,000 that I want? You know what I mean? How am I going to get to buying myself a new bag? So the magic is in the formulation before you buy what you want to get, or before you reach where you want to get. Like the magic is in the transformation, in the person that you want to become. Those hard long hours of going to the gym, those long hours of praying, that is the magic, and then that brings you to your result. So for me, strategy number one is reflection. Now guys, reflection is such a huge thing, because for me, this is where I go and determine my strength, my weaknesses, my my failures and my success. That is where I go and figure out what went wrong, what can I improve. It's not merely to just scold you or condemn you, but it's mostly important to learn from them, like figure out a new plan, because now the last year plan or the last year strategy obviously did not work. So what am I going to do different this year for me to move forward? People always say like that you don't know where you're going, you only know where you're coming from. It's a fact, but I am going to take whatever I'm coming from into my new where I'm going. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's reflection number one. Number two is that I'm working on this year is my plans. I'm not only going to say my plans, I'm going to write down my plan. That is, I did buy myself a digital planner that I'm going to use. But honest to God, there's nothing more. There's just some magic in grabbing a journal and writing down your plans. As you guys know, your girl is big on journaling. I did upgrade my method of journaling and my method of planning to an iPad, but still I do go back and forth between the two, because when it comes to my goals, I want them where I can see them, so it reminds me every single day of what I want to do, or it keeps me on track. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense when it comes to that. So I write my goals, I put them either on a vision board or just on paper, and I paste them somewhere in my prayer room or in my beauty room actually, and then I go through them most often. Yes. So that's number 2. Number 3 on my list is obviously time. This is so big because I feel like people just say, I'm gonna lose weight someday. I'm gonna lose weight whenever I lose weight. But no, it doesn't work like that. Part of planning and having a strategy is having a time frame that I'm going to get to that goal. Like there is obviously longer goals. Like I divide mine in monthly, weekly, quarterly, yearly, and all that, so that I give myself enough time to get to my goals. So also another part of that is realistic time frames, because I see a lot of us having a goal and not setting up enough time to get to that particular goal. So I'm now going back and say, okay, I've got 6 months to tone and lose some weight, and realistic weight. You know what I mean? What they say about a lot of stuff, they say easy come, easy go. So if you obtain something so fast, we pray that it doesn't go so fast. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that the magic is in the formulation, is in the process. That's where you learn your hardest lesson. That's where you learn the lessons that you are going to carry in your life. You know what they say about a runner? They don't just say that they are the fastest people, but they have built endurance. You know what I mean? That's where the magic is, in your endurance-ness, in that process when no one is watching, when no one is rooting for you, when no one is supporting you. That is where the magic happens. So accountability is a big part of that as well. So you want to be accountable for all this year. So that's basically it for my strategy that I'm using this year. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it very simple. I have only 3 strategies. Let me summarize quickly. 1 is reflection. Number 2 is writing my plan. Number 3 is time. Yes, that's the 3. Now let's dive into what I'm working on this year. Now the very first thing that I'm working on this year, my new year resolutions, my new plans, my newly yearly plan. So my plan for this year is I've divided them into 3 sectors, which is my first one is spirituality. I put this first because it affects so much of the other areas in my life that I'm going to talk to you guys about. So I am a Christian and I am for God. I am nothing without God. So working on my relationship with God, continuously working on my relationship with God, is a lifestyle at this point. This is something that is a must. It's not even a goal anymore, I should say. This is a must. I'm going to have deeper meanings and deeper relationship with God by His grace. Yeah, so that is very key for me, getting those relationships with God on lockdown. Because without God, for me, if I don't have my relationship with God intact, all my other areas are affected. The second thing that I'm going to work on this year is my emotions. Now guys, I am so emotion driven. It's either I'm feeling good, I'm pumped, let's get life. and the next minute or whatever time I'm not feeling good, and I'm, you know that phrase they say, it's not a good life, it's not a bad life, it's a bad day. I don't know that. If I'm having a bad day, it feels like I'm having a bad life. It's so, yeah, I just want to honestly get that figured out. I want to genuinely work on that area of my life so that I don't so much waste time when I'm having 3 weeks of a horrible week and I'm just in my apartment, I'm not moving, I'm in pain, and you know what I mean. I want to gradually with time learn to be in pain and still keep it moving, you know what I mean. I feel like I stop everything when I'm emotional and then I continue once I'm done, and which is such a bad thing. I'm not going to do that this year, absolutely not. Number 3, the third thing is finances. Now your girl is going to save every penny this year. I don't care what I'm eating, I don't care, because I've got so much, I have such a big plan this year. I need every coin saved down. So yeah, that's the third thing. I'm going, if I have to learn a new skills to save my money, like doing my own hair myself, like getting my own lashes myself, I'm definitely going, even doing my nails myself, I'm going to learn a new skill so I can save some coins. I'm not going to waste money on things that are not valuable this year. I'm not saying self-care is not valuable, because that is part of my self-care, honey. And I need my self-care. What I'm saying is I'm going to have a self-care, but at a lower budget. You know what I mean? I don't know that. One thing about me is also I don't buy stuff often, but when I do buy, I have such expensive taste that it's just ridiculous. Like I bought a sofa, one single sofa for 3,900, and I was just like, it didn't fit in my apartment obviously, but once everything was said and done, when I was looking at other sofas, because there's nothing they could fit, I found sofas that were 1.4 and they were just fine. But it's just a mess. I'm working on my finances, guys. I'm going to work on my finance. Another thing also that I'm working on this year is my friendships. So if you are my friend, thank me already, because I'm going to become a best friend. I'm going to become the friend that I want someone else to be. I'm going to be truthful. I'm not going to carry garbage friendships. I'm a loner by nature, so I don't have a lot of friends, but I'm going to carry people that feed goodness in me, and I'm going to feed goodness in other people. That's what I mean by that. So friendship, guys, is such a tricky thing. Some of them, they make you learn, they force you to learn, and some of them are just dragging you, you know what I mean. They're just dragging you, they are just overweighing you, and we don't want to be drained this year. We want to live the soft life, honey. I am living a soft life. I'm not going to be drained this year. I refuse to be drained, absolutely not, in no form or shape or whatever. Everyone that is draining me, I'm not dealing with that. So yeah, so when it comes to friendship, it's such a tricky thing. Just know what company you would want to carry, and be that company to other people as well. It's vice versa. Another thing that I'm working on as well is my words. Oh my goodness, guys, like, yeah, this girl needs to learn what is to be shared, what is not to be shared, what is accountability for words. If I say I'm going to do something, to do it, like I just said in the beginning of the video, and not so much take on a lot of stuff, which I normally do, take on a lot of stuff, and then they drain me, and then I just leave everything at once and I crawl in my hole and just hide from the world. I'm not doing that anymore, absolutely not. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm working on this year. A quick recap: the first thing that I'm working on is my spirituality. The second thing is my emotions. The third thing is my finances. The fourth thing is my friendships. The fifth thing is my words, because I feel like words are such a currency, right? You don't want to be like garbage basically by saying all those things that you don't do. Yeah, so I think that's about it, guys, for my video. I thank you so much for being here with me. I thank you for being on this journey with me. Please do comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. It's going to help me in my growth. Black child, support a black child. Not even black child, support everyone, support. Ladies, let's support each other. Guys, let's support each other. We need each other. We need each other up here. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chantal Kawari again. Bye.